Question 14, graph the solution. Y is less than 2x minus 3 and x is less than or equal to 4. In my class, this was a 3-color problem because we're going to have lots of shading we're going to be doing. I'm going to use red for my first one. I have y is less than 2x minus 3, which means I'm going to start down at 3. And then from there, I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. It's going to be a dashed line because there's no equal sign on that inequality. And then I'm going to test 0, 0. So if I put 0 in, I'm going to get 0 is less than negative 3. That is definitely a false statement, so I'm not going to shade the side that has 0, 0. I'm going to shade the other side. Okay, now I'm ready for my next one, so I need to switch my color. Next one is x is less than or equal to 4. So I know that that is a horizontal line up at 4. There is an equal sign, so it's going to be a solid line. And if I plug 0 in there, I get 0 is less than or equal to 4. That is a true statement, so I'm going to shade the side that has the 0, 0 on it. Okay, I now need a third color. Okay, my third color is going to be used for where both colors are at the same time because that's where all my answers would be. It's going to be in this corner over on the right side of my page. And it's going to be this section right here. So that is my answer. So all of the points in this region would work in both of those inequalities. Okay, question 15. Solve and graph. 2x minus 3 is less than 7, or 5x is greater than or equal to 85. Right, since the word or is there, we're going to treat these as two separate problems. I usually like to draw a little squiggly to separate them. Okay, this one I'm going to add 3. So I'll get 2x is less than 10. I'm then going to divide by 2, so I get x is less than 5. And then go over to this side, we'll just divide both sides by 5. I'll get x is greater than or equal to, let's see here, gives me 17. So x is greater than or equal to 17. So, and there is the word or in between. I will put 5 on my number line and 17 on my number line. I think I'll put 10 in the middle. Okay, less than 5 is an open circle to the left. Greater than or equal to 17 is a closed circle to the right. Problem 16, solve the system. 2x plus 4y equals 6 and 3x plus 6y equals 9. I'm going to use elimination on this one. I am going to multiply the top equation by 3 and the bottom equation by 2. If I do that, I'll get 6x plus 12y is equal to 18. And on the bottom, I'll get 6x plus 12y is equal to 18. So I'm going to subtract the two equations. Some of you might have multiplied the top one by negative 3, so you'll be adding the two equations at this point in time, but that's okay. So these cross out, so I'm just left with 0. And then 18 minus 18 is also 0. So there's nothing left to solve for, and 0 does equal 0. So this one is going to be infinite solutions. There are two lines that actually are the same line. Right, problem 17, solve the system. 4x plus 3y equals negative 1 and y equals 5x minus 13. Since the second one says y equals, we're going to use substitution. So since it says y equals, I'm going to come up into the first equation and I'm going to scribble out the y because this is coming in its place. So we're going to have 4x plus 3. In the place of y, we're going to put 5x minus 13. And then we still have equals negative 1. From here, I'm just going to solve the equation. I'm going to distribute the 3 to both parts. So I'll have 4x plus 15x minus 39 equals negative 1. I'm now going to combine like terms. 4x plus 15x will be 19x minus 39 is equal to negative 1. I now will add 39 to both sides. So I'll get 19x is equal to 38. And then I'll divide both sides by 19, and I'll get x is equal to 2. Please remember we're only halfway done with the problem. I'm going to bring my 2 back up into this x right here. So I'm going to put 2 in there. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 13 is negative 3. So y is equal to negative 3. So these two lines, if I were to graph them, they are going to cross at 2, negative 3. You could have also put the 2 back into this equation. I just want to show you if you would have done that. We would have gotten 8 plus 3y equals negative 1. I would have subtracted 8, so I would have gotten 3y equals negative 9. Dividing by 3, I do also get y equals negative 3. So it doesn't matter which one you put it back into. All right, problem 18. Based on information in Deep River Jim's Wilderness Trail book, the rate at which crickets chirp, C, is a linear function of temperature, T. Linear function is kind of our key word. At 59 degrees, they make 76 chirps per minute, and at 65, they make 100 chirps. Find an equation for C. What does the slope represent in this problem? Use your equation to predict the chirp rate for a temperature of 90 degrees. All right, there are three things that they're asking me in this problem. 1, find an equation. 2, what does the slope represent? 3, use your equation to predict. So let's make sure we answer all three parts. Okay, first one, it says to find an equation for C. It did say that it's a linear function, which I know is going to be y equals mx plus b. All right, so I'm going to write 2 points here. I know at 59 degrees, there are 76 chirps. So I'm going to write the point 5976. And then when it's 65, they make 100 chirps. So I now have 2 points. The first thing that we'll do, if you remember, is to find the slope of those 2 points. So I'm going to have 100 minus 76 over 65 minus 59. So that is going to give me 24 over 6. And 24 divided by 6 is 4. So I now have the slope. I now am going to choose a point. I think I like this point better. So this is my x, this is my y. So y is equal to 100, and m is 4. My x is 65 plus b. So now I'm going to have y equal 100 equals. Give me a second here. I'll find out what 65 times 4 is. And that's 260 plus b. To get b by itself, I'd subtract 260 from both sides, and that will give me negative 160 for my b. So my equation is y equals 4x minus 160. All right, I'm not quite done because it didn't say to find an equation with y's and x's in it. It said to find an equation for c using a temperature T. So I'm just going to rewrite this as C equals 4T minus 160. So now I'm done with part 1. Okay, part 2 says, what does the slope represent in this problem? So my slope is 4. So I believe we're talking chirps per minute, and it was talking about a certain temperature. So I'm going to say on this one, every time the temperature goes up a degree, you'll get 4 more chirps. So I'm going to say the number of chirps per degree, or something to do with temperature. Okay, part 3. Use your equation to predict the chirp rate for a temperature of 90 degrees. So in for the temperature, we'll put 90. So our chirps will equal 4 times 90 minus 160. So 4 times 90 is 360 minus 160 will give me 200 chirps. So that's how many times I could expect them to chirp.